Let's bring in Jim, of course, the Michigan head coach. That was fun yesterday, Jim. I had a lot of fun. I really, really enjoy your father.
Oh, he is a treasure. You hit the nail on the head, and not only is he my dad, but he's my next door neighbor. He and my mom live right next to me, and he comes into the office every day, helps me out all the time, and he's a treasure. There's no other way to say it. One of the true greats.
Do you think you could take him now?
I would be. I think I could, but I would. I would not. I would not attempt it.
He's got old man strength.
There would still be a little bit. Yeah, there'd still be a little bit of doubt in my mind.
Do you have any doubts about your team right now after that demolishing performance against Penn State?
Well, I mean, we don't want to lighten up. We want to tighten up, and but I like our team. They're playing hard. They're playing focused. They're playing confident in their own abilities and confident in each other, and doing their job and practicing really good. And so trying to get better, trying to be better today than we were yesterday, trying to be better tomorrow than we are today.
Next game will be Saturday against Rutgers. Do you find yourself repeating what your dad probably said to you growing up?
Yeah, some in most circumstances, yeah, I do find that.
More as a coach or as a parent?
Both. My dad's always been kind of my go-to guy, Dan. I think everybody needs a go-to person, and I found with my dad, and he learned me from an early age to do what he told me to do, and I got in the habit of, whatever my dad told me to do, I would do exactly how he told me to do it, with numbing repetition. I kept finding from a young age that if I just did what he told me to do and how he told me to do it, exactly how he told me to do it, I would have success. So he's always been that person for me, that go-to person that, whether it's professionally, personally, coaching-wise, I do what he learned me to do what he told me, and he's right most all the time.
Will he be honest with you?
Yes. I mean, there was Honest Abe, and there's Jack Harbaugh. I mean, this is a man who says what he means and means what he says.
Does he come over and watch football? Like last night, did you guys watch the Monday night game?
No, we did not watch the Monday night game. I was working. I was watching Rutgers, and I don't know if he watched the game or not, but didn't watch the game last night. Tennessee won. I woke up and saw that Tennessee won the ball game, but that's about all I know. Do
you binge watch stuff, non-sports?
Sometimes. I mean, usually. I mean, I'm just into the season, and I'm watching my own practice film, or you're watching the opponent tape, and you watch as much of that as you possibly can. I mean, there's so many situations that you have to prepare for.
But your wife doesn't say, "Hey, you know what? I got a show. I think you'd like it."
She has, yeah.
Okay.
She has, and usually I'll catch, in the off season, I'll watch some of those. I mean, I have some real favorites that I love to watch, and then the World Series. I came back from a recruiting trip on the 18-inning game or 19-inning game.
Yep.
And it was like 12 o'clock, a little before 12 o'clock Eastern time. I think it was a Wednesday night. But I got back, and I said, well, I'll catch the last part of the game. It still might be going on. Turned on the TV, and it was the bottom of the 10th, and I watched it all the way to its conclusion. So that was during our bye week, and like I said, I was coming back from a recruiting trip. But yeah, TV shows. Yeah, what are some of yours? You watch the Netflix and Amazon?
Yeah,
What's your favorite show? Dan? I would be really interested.
I have too many of them. I watched Ozark with Jason Bateman is really good.
That's awesome. I've seen 2 seasons of that.
Okay. Bosch is a cop show.
Good one.
I like that. I just got done with Bodyguard, which is big in England, and the star of it is going to be the next James Bond, I believe. So it's called Bodyguard. Pretty good. The Wire, Breaking Bad. Did you go through those?
Yeah, I did. I thought The Wire might be one of the best. That might be one of the best all time. I didn't watch all the seasons. What was it, like 7 seasons? Or
no, I think there's
like 3 or 4.
I think there was maybe 5 seasons of The Wire. Did you watch Breaking Bad?
Oh yeah,
man, that was crazy too.
And my favorite is a spinoff of the Breaking Bad.
Better Call Saul.
Better Call Saul.
Yeah,
I think that's
good.
Might be the best.
Look, that's good. We're talking to Jim Harbaugh, by the way, the Michigan head coach. I didn't realize the first career sack for Ray Lewis was against you. Did you know that?
Yeah, I've seen that highlight.
What do you remember about it? You were with the Colts back then, right?
Yeah. That was when I was playing for the Colts. He was playing for the Ravens, and I remember that kind of circulate when they were going through his career. So what did that feel like? I guess it's kind of good. I guess. Cool. I mean, it's kind of interesting, kind of cool. Yeah. I mean.
Do your players know
you could be Al Downing? It's not. I mean, like Al Down
with Hank Aaron.
Yeah.
Do your players?
How does Al Dowling feel about throwing the 715th to Hank Aaron?
But would you want to be remembered? Like if you don't know that, then you don't remember Al Downing, but you do remember him. Do you think any publicity is good publicity? I
don't know. I mean. I wonder who Hank Aaron hit his first home run off of. Maybe put me in that category. I was Ray Lewis, Hall of Famer Ray Lewis's first sack. I don't know. It just seems kind of cool, I guess.
A couple other things. I didn't know this. So when Michigan decided that you guys were going to Air Jordan, you were going to go the Jordan brand, and then Jordan calls you, and this is what, 2015, and
yes,
and you didn't think that Jordan would be calling you.
Yeah, there was another player we were recruiting at the time named Michael Jordan, who was an offensive lineman, and he plays for Ohio State now. But so at that time we were recruiting Michael Jordan, and there was of course Michael Jordan. So I was like, which Michael Jordan is this?
Is this the Michael Jordan?
Is this the Michael Jordan? He goes, this is the Michael Jordan. So it was that was pretty awesome. When we first took the job here, there was the shoe contract was up, and we had to there's a lot of good shoes out there, et cetera. But my son Jay came up with the idea. He says, there's no Jordan football school, and that would be pretty awesome. So I'm a huge fan of Michael Jordan. I played in Chicago in the late '80s and for the Bears, but everybody, just to be at a game and watch Michael Jordan take off from the free throw line and or the slam dunk contest, whatever. I mean, the way he played was just incredible to watch. So I was a huge Michael Jordan fan. Still am. That would be awesome. We'll be, be affiliated with one of the greats of all time in any sport. We want to be Jordan's first school in football. So then he called and said he wanted us to be that, and so it was like
That's great.
Tom Cruise and Jerry Maguire. You had me at hello. Let's do this. That's really how it took place.
Don't you want another piece of Notre Dame with this team now, the way you're playing?
Well, I mean, I think
they're playing well
really
too.
Yeah, but it never seems like a good idea to look too far down, ahead of yourself, and it doesn't really help to look behind you too much. It really just be mindful of what's straight ahead and right in front of you and the task at hand, and not be thinking about 20 different things, but be thinking about one thing, and that's preparing ourselves to play Rutgers this week, and that's our task.
How many? Can you go a day without somebody mentioning Ohio State?
Probably, yeah, probably. You probably gets mentioned once a day. Sure, think about it. Absolutely. I mean, that's a big deal around these parts. Always has been.
Yeah,
is and always will be.
Can I ask a request here of if you beat Ohio State, can we get the game-used khakis for the man cave here?
I don't see why not.
Okay, that seems fair enough. All right, good. That's breaking news. Jim Harbaugh will take his pants off for the Dan Patrick Show. I do have a Harbaugh mannequin in here that somebody sent me, like your hat and shirt and glasses. So I got a whole mannequin of you in the man cave. It's kind of creepy.
No pants. No pants?
Well, not game-used pants. Like, I want game-used Ohio State pants.
And you're going to be at the game.
Yeah, but I'm not going to be on your side, though.
No, you're an Ohioan.
Yeah. I mean, you understand it, right?
I understand that.
Okay.
I do.
Is this going to motivate you more, the fact that I would be on Ohio State's side?
Probably not.
Okay.
No, probably not going to be relevant in the motivation for the game. It's already at it's already at a high level, as I said. Both sides. It's always been that way, and it is, and it always will be.
All right. If you want to reference me in the pregame speech to the boys, then go ahead.
Dan Patrick, he's going to be over there.
Yeah. Well, Michigan ruined a lot of Thanksgivings for me, Coach. So I wouldn't be surprised if Michigan won this game. I think you guys are playing a lot better, but there's still a couple of weeks left. We're not getting ahead of ourselves, but thanks again.
No, sir.
Thanks again for yesterday. That was a lot of fun, and I meant what I said about your father. He's a treasure. He's a real treat, and I really enjoyed it.
I heard you talking about that. Me, not so much. Didn't quite rise to the level of.
Well,
I get it. I've heard that. I've heard that my whole life. My dad is. He's a great man. He can have a conversation with my dad. Here's the one thing I really kind of envious about my dad. I wish I was more like, but I don't have this quality as much as he does, is you could have a 15-minute or 20-minute conversation with my dad, and you'd walk away, I really know him. I really, like him. I really connected with him. And where I'm a little bit more like, I don't make the greatest first impression, but I grow on you after some time. But he's got that great first impression, and
like when he comes in the room, he's in the room. I mean,
he's got this mantra, and it's attack each day with an enthusiasm unknown to mankind. And Ralph Waldo Emerson, believed that nothing great can be achieved without enthusiasm. And there's, two great minds, two great men, both, think alike and choose to live their life with tremendous enthusiasm. That rubs off on you. It rubs off on you when you meet him for the first time. It rubs off on you when he's your dad. It rubs off on you when he's your coach. He instills you with this positive, tremendous enthusiasm. He affects you every day in a positive manner. That's who he is as a person.
And just to clarify, I do love your dad, and John's a pretty good guy too, your brother. So just want to let you know that too.
Awesome.
Yeah. And you're getting up there.
I'm there somewhere in there, huh?
You're probably behind John and Tom Crean, your brother-in-law. So you're fourth on the depth chart right now.
I get it.
But if you beat Ohio State, you may go up to number 2. You'll never get to number 1, but you might get to number 2. Just in your family, not in the country. Thank you again, Coach. Had fun.
Thank you, Dan. Have a great day.
Jim Harbaugh. The episodes of Attack Each Day, the Harbaugh podcast, available every Tuesday. And I'm on today's episode. Listen on demand, podcast1.com. Right. He joins us courtesy of the Continental Tire Coach's Corner. Continental Tire, proud to be the exclusive tire of the Dan Patrick Show. No matter where you drive, what you drive, they've got a tire for you at ContinentalTire.com.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.